Oklahoma Sooners have gone from being slept on to all kinds of love being showered on them from the national college football media. We'll talk about that. Okie Lite Delusion from the recruiting trail, and coaches Notre Dame Fighting Irish killing that same recruiting trail, all while being one of the favorites headed into the 2025 college football season to win it all. All that and more right now on Jason the Coach.
You know what, guys? In a nice way, y'all. We don't give a shit.
Good evening, and welcome back to Hall of Fame College Football with Jason and the Coach. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. He's the coach, Philip Roybal. And if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. What's up there, Coach?
Can you hear me?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but my headphones it's coming out of my computer instead of my headphones. Let me try to figure this out here.
Better? Is it better?
Let me see.
Welcome into the show, everybody. Welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe to everything. We're working on a little technical difficulties here. While we do that, make sure you check out our sponsors at Fanatics. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding Crimson and Cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page. All right. Oh, looks like we lost Coach. He'll be back in a second. He's probably going to restart. Welcome back into the show, everybody. Ken Sterling, Scott Walker, Bishop Frank. Good to see you guys in here. Welcome. How's everybody doing this evening? Boy, hey, I don't know what you saw or if you saw that earlier. Crain and Company had Eddie Radosevich on the show. And the next thing I know, Jake Crain is in my DMs, sliding in my DMs, talking about he's a believer in the Oklahoma Sooners. I think it's, for all of us that were hoping that everybody would stay asleep on Oklahoma, not going to happen. That's okay. You get what you get when it comes to that kind of stuff, but hey, it is what it is. What's up there, Bishop Frank? How you doing? Jay Breeze. What's up, guys? Good to see everybody. Scott Walker, man. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. Talk to me. What do you guys are you, man? I guess what is it now? We're 60, not even 60 days away from college football. Getting excited, man, myself. Doing good. Hey, man, it's an exciting time for Oklahoma. And really everybody, man. It seems like the offseason just gets longer and longer and longer. So let's see. Coach, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I'm getting it through my computer speakers.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't hear it. It's not like echoing or anything like that. So if it's not bothering you, that's fine with me.
Okay. I just
Sounds
like it through
good. Oh,
through
well,
my
yeah. I mean, I get it. I guess you're used to it the other way, but I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So, I mean, but if you can hear it okay, I mean, if it's normal for you,
yeah,
I
no,
mean, as long as you can hear
hear
everything, it's good stuff.
I can hear you.
TP Gernelio, what's up? What's up? He says, jiggity, jiggity, Jason and Coaches, the big Coaches. Yep. Good to see everybody. Yep. Glad everybody hit that like button as you come in. Yeah. So, Coach, our guys at Crain and Company today showing the love to Oklahoma. Showing the love to Oklahoma, which, usually. Are you back on your earphones now? Better? Okay, cool. I was saying our boys over at Crain and Company, Jake Crain, his brother, and then former Michigan quarterback David Cohn. They had Eddie Radosevich from Sooner Scoop on today, and boy, are they showing the love to the Oklahoma Sooners all of a sudden. I was telling everybody in here before you popped in again, we were kind of hoping that everybody was going to stay sleeping on them Oklahoma Sooners, but apparently it's not going to happen. Of course, Crain and Company, one of the biggest shows in college football YouTube. Former, Jake being a former coach at Auburn, and like I said, Michigan quarterback. They're. Oh, Neelio, thank you for the super chat, sir. Punch something.
He's a man.
Appreciate
Neelio.
$5 super chat from Neelio. Appreciate you through the Venmo. He hit it through Venmo. If you want to hit super chats through Venmo or Cash App, you can do that. I will actually pop those into the. I used to have them in there, but I think.
Hey, and today, no fucking around. Go ahead and wipe your damn feet right now, not
right
later.
Now.
Right friggin' now. Wipe your feet.
Damn it. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. So.
Just had to get that off my chest.
If you would like to do, see, it's at HOF pod on Venmo. And I'll throw in Cash App too here in just a second. Got $5 to make you holler. Hey, man, we're always hollering in here. You got him to holler right there. He said, "Don't fuck around."
Neelio already pushed my button in a positive way. Thank you, Neelio.
But all the all the love is starting to head that way. The other thing I was going to say is I think people are, how last year it seemed like everybody, and I don't know that this is really taking over. I think people more love to hate Notre Dame than they love to love on them. But if you are sleeping on Notre Dame at this point, you're crazy. They're recruiting through this. They're about to put together probably the best class they've had going back to what, the 80s?
No, I think we had a class in 2013 that was pretty stout.
Okay.
But again, I don't think the head coach. I don't think we did a lot as much as we could have with them. But yeah, it's definitely
right
a
up
different
there though.
level of player. Yeah,
right. It's they're doing things that we're not. I mean, the longest time. I mean, forget about what BK said. It was the narrative going around the country that Notre Dame can't get the level of players that they have to get to remain national championship contenders, in all of that. So, that's one of those things that you got to kind of. Oh, looks like we got a Cash App one as well. This is cool.
All right.
We did Bishop Frank. He
Frank,
says, let me throw that up there because he's got some shit to say.
the man with the plan. If Bishop Frank can't get it done, nobody can.
Facts. Big facts. But the narrative, like I said, the narrative, you'd hear it on ESPN all the time. You'd hear it, any college football analyst is going to tell you they can't stack up. And I think a lot of it also coincides with the fact that with the NIL stuff, you're not getting as deep a rosters as you used to at some of these other powerhouse programs, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and everybody. Really, you can't stack them 3 and 4 deep and just keep them there because of the ability to leave through the transfer portal, because of the ability to, there's going to be more money spread around, I guess is what it is. And especially now until the first time that they actually shut down an NIL deal of somebody trying to push the envelope or whatever, and they end up taking it to court. Right now, July 1st being the day that, this is where it goes into effect, these new rules, the Deloitte clearinghouse and all that stuff. And so I think things are going to be, I saw Josh Pate was praising that recruiting is back to normal because of this stuff and all that.
Yeah, I saw
and I
that
just
too.
thought of it thinking, yeah, well, I know this is what you want, but this is not how it's going to be because that's about as communist as it gets to continue to do these kind of things. And but I'm not going to get into all that.
Right.
In the end, because of the way things have been with NIL, it's spread that out a little bit and it's spread it out to a lot of places. Look at BYU. They're recruiting their asses off right now.
Hey, speaking of BYU, their quarterback, man.
Yeah, Jake Retzlaff. I don't know exactly what
I hate
happened
that
there.
for the kid.
I do too. And the problem is for sure he was going to get, they said that it was a sexual assault or whatever. I don't know that I believe all that necessarily. What they do know is that he had premarital sex, which is against their honor code there.
Right.
And so he was going to miss 7 games anyway. Sounds like he's leaving. I don't know exactly how that all works whenever, there's the portal's closed. So I'm not exactly sure how that exactly works. But yeah, TP, let them know, man. 13 likes for the 27 people. Come on.
Tell them, TP.
Not even half. It's not even half. Come on, folks. Come on. Yeah. Washed your hands and wiped your feet. Good boy. Good man, Johnny boy. Like it. He says quite the strange recruiting result with our boy Ian Primer, tight end out of Great Bend, Kansas, huh?
Yeah. And everybody thought he was gonna, stay. And that was kind of his deal to start with. He was gonna stay home.
Right.
Kansas State, that area. And he didn't do it. And big pickup for Notre Dame. Mayer was an incredible tight end for us.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're saying this kid's going to be better than Mayer. And I'm telling you guys,
yeah, that's all y'all needed was another really freaking great tight end.
And Jason, just like you were talking about, well, coming up here, July 4th, July 5th, July 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th, I believe, are the dates. We got 3 big time recruits that are looking to probably sign with Notre Dame. And we're about to fill out a class that is definitely going to be a top 5 class, which, like you said, hadn't happened in a long time. But you know what, Jason? As you talk,
you've been in the top 10, top 8, top 7, even over the last few years. I mean, he's been killing it either way. But right now, I think they've got him at 3rd. Number 1 right now is USC, and I think part of that is definitely look. Make no mistake about it. That new GM has been big for them. Now they do still have to hold on to him, and I think that if they don't, and I know, it's easy to sit here and say that, but they do have to do it. So
yeah,
in the end, they got to hold on real quick. Bishop Frank doubled us up there. He says, for all receipts are coming due. Boomer. 555. That is actually through our Cash App. As well, as I said, if you want to jump in and give us a super chat and you don't want to give half of it to YouTube, we'd appreciate that. That's all good. You can do that. It's for Cash App. It is the money sign and then HOF pod all together. So those are both in there for you as we speak. We appreciate that all the way around. And then he hit us on YouTube as well. Coach Roybal and Hall of Fame Jason are cooking and spitting fire, as we always do there, Bishop Frank. As we always do. Thank you so much for the super chats. We appreciate it. Again, as I said, I think it's a lot of things that are kind of working their way in the favor of Notre Dame, not to mention the fact they just have a coach that doesn't believe in the word no or we can't or excuses. He's just going to go out there and do it the way he knew. Listen, he played on a national championship team. He was a big part of that national championship team that they had under Jim Tressel at Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's the way he believes. And he's, listen, he just seems like he knows how to bring in high level talent and keep them in the fold. And so look, right now they're looking like at what I saw earlier, it was number 3 for them. That is a huge pickup, Primer. What a guy. I mean, shoot, man.
Well, and I'm just telling you that we're fixing the see 3 huge pickups.
Yeah.
Within the next week.
Right.
And you know what?
And Jason, that's gonna shoot you up too, because if you look right now on Rivals on 3, because Rivals and On 3 are now together, but they've got Notre Dame at number 3. You've got 17 4-star commitments, only 4 3-star commitments. Now, if you look at USC, they've got 19 4-stars, a 5-star, but they've got 10 3-stars. Georgia's got 1 5-star, 19 4-stars, and 5 3-stars. So they only have 26 recruits. They've got 30 recruits there at USC. Notre Dame's in 3rd with just 22 recruits.
Yeah.
Just 22 recruits. So you're looking at, you've got a 5-star and 17 4-stars, only 4 3-star players in this class so far. Texas A&M and Ohio State rounding out the top 5. Go ahead.
And right there, Jason, in the past, we've been playing with buttloads of 3-stars.
Right.
And I don't care what you say. And I take the star rankings with a grain of salt.
No, but if we're going to talk about it, everybody's going to pound their chest about where they are in the rankings and stuff like that. OU shot up the list as well. They were at like in the 40s, just about a week ago, and they're all the way up to like 17 right now. So they're continuing to move up. They've got another, they've got some guys that they're looking to bring into the fold. I think a lot of it will have to do with how they play this year. They and I think that's going to have a lot to do at the end of the year on who holds on to these classes. We saw USC drop all the way to like 18th last season.
Yeah.
So and they were number 1 for the whole summer.
Right. And you're exactly right, Jason. You know what? It's great that you've got them committed, but you know what? Not till that dotted line is signed does it really mean a whole lot anymore.
Well, until you get them into damn spring practice
get them
enrolled. Yeah. You got to get them enrolled.
Yeah.
And that's when it is. Yeah. UGA currently has a high star average. No, you don't. Not according to Rivals on 3. Now on 247, it might be different. They've got a 93.09 on Rivals on 3. USC is showing 93.3. Notre Dame's right there though, behind them at 92.6. So I think it's having those 4-stars that have kind of bumped them up there. But again, both of you have more 3-stars than Notre Dame has. And they got the same amount of 5-stars and just 2 behind you in 4s, while being 4 behind Georgia in total commitments and like 8 behind USC. Same with Texas A&M. You got to tip your hat to Texas A&M. They're out there killing it too. They only have 3 3-stars, 18 4-stars, and 1 5-star. They're at 92.599. I mean, they're basically neck and neck with you. Ohio State has them along with LSU. They both have 2 2-stars. Alabama has 3 of them, but they're coming in at number 10 so far. They only have 16 recruits though. LSU
Right.
only has 11. So, you're looking at some of these guys. Oklahoma has dropped back to 19th. They were at 18th this morning. It just keeps on bumping back and forth, but
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
but they have 14 recruits only. Ole Miss, they're right up there. Texas is at 16. They're 3 spots ahead of OU, but they've got 15 recruits in. Yeah, so really it's still so early in the game. This is so early in the game. It's anybody's ball game as far as how that goes. But here's the thing. It doesn't even really matter what it is right now. The main thing is to keep your momentum going with what you're trying to do. And I think that what you've seen a lot, and like Oklahoma dropped back because they only ended up with 17 commits last year because they went into the portal as well. They were again heavy in the portal this offseason. They picked up guys in both the winter and spring portals. They were needed guys. They lost a few to the portal as well. But I mean, you look at what they did bringing in John Mateer, Jaden Ott, Giovanni Gibson. I mean, they basically rebooted their wide receiver room as far as their top end guys were concerned. Only Deion Burks is coming back that was a starter last year. You have some younger guys that got to play, but because of all those injuries, but they had to really reboot a lot of that kind of stuff. The offensive line is starting to look really good. They picked up guys in the portal there as well. They even went portal a little bit in the defensive side, going and getting a guy like Marvin Jones Jr., former 5-star. He hasn't really lived up to that at his last 2 stops, but we'll see exactly kind of how that goes this year. The way it's starting to look, if you're watching Crain and Company today, there's a lot of love. And like I said, Crain and Company is probably, aside from Josh Pate, they're at worst 2, 3 as far as the biggest shows on YouTube for college football. And Jake's a friend of the show. We've done work with him on High Top in the past. He's a good guy. He's been on the show here before. We're efforting getting him back on because I want to hear what he has to say. But I told him he was sliding in my DMs tonight and saying, hey, I'm a believer. And so he had Jim Nagy retweeting some of the stuff that he was tweeting earlier today, talking about it as well, and saying you guys are all welcome except for David Cohn for the Michigan game. Don't show up for that one, he said, because we got too much family coming in. So he's kind of busting chops. But and then Jim Nagy was also getting love from Mel Kiper. He said, according to Mel Kiper, there's not a better personnel guy or a evaluator of talent out there, period, than Jim Nagy. Of course, that a lot of that's going to be coming from him being in charge of the Senior Bowl for the last 7-8 years.
Sure.
So,
well, and talking, and again, I think, I think y'all are on the upswing.
Yeah.
And what you've picked up, I think a big thing to look at with OU too is, I think you look at what they've picked up portal wise, and what they're picking up high school recruiting wise. I think that bodes well for the Sooners. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and look at what they had for this cycle, I mean, they had a 5-star Michael Fasusi, number 1 offensive tackle in the country. Then they, followed that up with another top 100 offensive tackle. He's going to end up playing guard, I think, this year. He's a 4-star top 100 guy, number 76 according to On3. Elijah Thomas, in-state, unbelievable. This kid is already bumped up to over 200 pounds, 6'1" wide receiver. He's one of those guys that he's another just outside of the top 100. He was at 102, but this is a guy that could make an impact immediately. Then, Trent Wilson, I think he's already up to 300 pounds apparently coming in on that defensive line. Again, the defensive line that Oklahoma has, and that's been their bread and butter. That's why they brought in Brent Venables and this staff to begin with, was to build this defense and in the trenches to be able to compete in the SEC. But I think as much as anything, if you start looking down, I mean, you go down the list and you start looking at these guys that were brought in via the transfer portal. Marvin Jones Jr., Kendall Daniels, 6'5", 190. Let's see, no, he's up to 250 is what they were showing on 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds. Came out of Oklahoma State. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But you also had wide receiver Isaiah Satania. He's another one of those burner guys that's played at Arkansas last year. Had some good numbers at Arkansas last year. Keontez Lewis, he's played for Wisconsin. He played at UCLA. He was at I believe it was Southern Illinois before he came. But he's another guy with he's got a lot of experience. He's been there. He knows how to get open and play well. There's a lot of people, John Mateer was talking about him the other day. Josiah Martin coming in from Cal as well, but Luke Buklenko may be taking over that starting center job. You got tight end Will Huggins, 6'7", out of I believe he's the one that came out of Pitt State. Of course, John Mateer and the big guys, John Mateer, Jaden Ott, Jake Michaela, another interior offensive lineman guard coming out of Stanford. He was very, very good as well. And then of course Simmons as well. You got another guy that he may come in and right away start on the right side. Along with the guys that you already had from that 24 class, guys like Isaiah Autry-Dent, guys like Eddie Pierre-Louis. You've got you've got the freshmen coming in. We didn't even talk about oh man, what's my guy's name? I like him too. Here's the one that Mason was talking about, would block his mama. He was out of the spring. He was out of the spring with an injury that he had gotten in high school, but he is a big mauler, Pacific Islander guy, man, that out of Utah. He's going to be something else. Darius Afalava is who I was thinking of. Yeah. So these guys are, coming in and looking like they're going to be really good. John Locke is another good tight end that they got. Carson Kent, another one through the transfer portal. They filled places that they had to fill. And Giovanni Gibson may turn out to be maybe one of the best additions, if he is healthy indeed, coming into this season. He is explosive. A guy that's as big as he is, almost 6'3", over 215. He's able to kind of get in and out of breaks a lot quicker than a lot of those taller guys do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll kind of see what it all amounts to. You still got to go out there and play. They still have one of the toughest schedules in college football. This is probably, it may be the toughest schedule along with last year that Oklahoma's ever had, as a full season in what you look at. They're looking at, they probably at some point this year, they're going to have 8 top 25 teams that they face off against, and probably at least 6 of them in a row for the last 7 weeks of the season, which is insanity.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough schedule. I agree. Well, and as you throw some of those names out there, and talking about the Irish too, you got, the edge rusher Rodney Dunham, that he's already he's coming in as a 5-star, and big time edge rusher. And then you got Joey O'Brien that we just picked up recently. That's a safety that's 6'4", 180. And I think they're talking about him being one of the best tight ends to have come into Notre Dame. We already talked about Ian Primer. Then you look, I tell you what, another kid that big time pickup for us is Kari Adams, the corner, 6'1", 180. And that's another thing. We continue to blow it up in the secondary with great long athletes that are long and at 6'1", 180, he's looking pretty good. Another huge edge rusher, Jason, is Ebenezer with Toddy.
Bro, I know it.
He he's going to be a big timer.
That guy is a dog. Hell
He
yeah.
is a dog. And
No
then
doubt.
you got we picked up obviously Javian Osborne, the running back out of Forney, Texas. That's he's going to add on to that running back room. You know, Tyler Merrill, the big old lineman, 6'5", 330. Jonaz Walton, another big time running back that we went into. By the way, Shoddy, thank y'all for sending him from Carrollton, Georgia, all the way to South Bend, Indiana. He's another big time back. Uh, Another corner, Jason, Aiden Pouncey, you know, about 6 foot and a half, 6'1".
Yeah.
Another long, lanky, rangy kid that can really play. And
Oh yeah,
I mean,
6'2", 6'2", 6'3". I mean, he's out of Florida. Guy's
yeah,
number 12 corner or number 12 safety in the country.
safety,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a top 150 kid.
yeah,
Another big time player. Yeah, listen, that's all you guys. I mean, like I said, it's one thing that here you go with the damn tight ends as normal. And then,
sure.
your secondary has been second to none, really, for the last couple of years. And it just, if anybody was any better, it might have been like Georgia, and
Right,
then,
right.
and obviously Ohio State this past year was legit in that vein of it as well. But I mean, what you have on the defensive line, what you have on the offensive line as well, you killed it there. And then that secondary is, look, I don't know how anybody can sit there and really with a straight face say that Notre Dame isn't one of the favorites to win the whole damn thing. I don't care how much of a homer you are for the SEC.
Well, and you know this, Jason. And I always chuckle and laugh because I love it. But people hate Notre Dame. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no in between. You
Oh,
either
no,
love
no,
them or
no
you
doubt.
hate
And
them.
that's what I was saying. They can hate on them all they want.
Yeah,
But the truth is, you got a lot of those dudes back, and where you're replacing them, I think you're improving in a lot of those positions, particularly at the quarterback. Because as much as I like, you know,
sure.
Riley was okay, but
Yeah.
he couldn't throw it that well.
No, and it hurt us. But again, I'll say this about him. He had his strength was running the football. And we talk about guys throwing all these touchdown passes. Well, that's great, but I can run touchdowns too. They count the same.
Sure, sure,
I,
sure.
and,
Well,
and
and you got and I mean, arguably the best running back tandem in college football coming back as
yeah,
far as
one
what's
of the best.
returning.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah.
And so I think we're definitely going to be fine. I'm really excited though, Jason, about the three guys upcoming here in Caden Finley. He's gonna he's gonna make a decision on the 4th.
Mhm.
We got Devin Fitzgerald, son of Larry Fitzgerald. He's making a decision on July 5th. And then we have Braden Robinson also making a decision on the 6th. So we got 3 days, three big time players again. And if we get those three, that's really going to push our numbers, our rankings up as well.
No doubt. And again, it's not definitely all about rankings, and that was what I was trying to say. It's been kind of funny. I don't know if you've been paying attention to Okie like Cody, but
I try not to.
I tell
I
you,
I, I like Cody,
I don't
but
understand.
I don't buy all his bullshit about OSU.
Well, and it's the level of sunshine pump that comes through this kid is just. I mean, I love the dude, man. You guys know I love the guy. He's like
Yeah.
that little pain in the ass brother that tags along and just
Yeah.
whines and bitches the whole time. But last week he was on one, man, and he's been on one. And it's really been happening, really going back to Caden Jones. So Kewan Jones' son, Caden, he's the number one running back in the state of Oklahoma. And basically it was coming down to either Oklahoma State or Kansas because there was no way in hell that OU was going to pay the amount of money that they were going to pay for him. And
Right.
rightfully so, I would say, because
Right.
they need him. They know Ollie Gordon coming back. I mean,
Hey,
he's gone.
Hey, I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry for interrupting. They had friggin' Ollie Gordon. They wouldn't feed him the damn rock. So I don't give a shit how good you are if you don't feed him the rock.
Listen, when you go
ain't gonna
0-9 in the Big 12 that doesn't include Oklahoma and Texas anymore, then what's your fucking excuse when you got 20 or 22 starters coming back? Well, they ended up having to fire their whole coaching staff. Look, they had to be desperate, and that's what they've been. And not to say that, look, also you had our guy, let's see, what's his name again? Shit, I keep forgetting. Well, it started with Caden Jones. Like I said, Caden Jones was not going to. OU obviously had an offering on him. He's a legacy kid. Sure. But if you look at the running back room at Oklahoma, it's fairly unproven aside from Jaden Ott. But you've got big things out of Xavier Robinson at the end of the year last year. Taylor Tatum looks like he's going to be a guy, if he'll get rid of the fumbles. Javonte Barnes is coming back. This is his senior year. When he's healthy, he's been very good. And then you've got a guy like Torrey Blaylock that, damn it, he's a home run hitter waiting to happen. This guy is his dad. We were going to have him on tonight with us. I ended up kind of fumbling it a little bit. I think we're going to get him on here soon coming up. It's just been kind of a crazy week for me. So I didn't get the stuff out to him on time to get him back, to get him in the show today. We will have him on soon. He already agreed to do it. But I was just kind of late on getting him the information and the link. So that's why we won't have Derek on tonight. But Derek is going to be on. And I'm excited about that. But we're talking about a guy that played for the Chiefs. Let's see, who was it? Him and Priest Holmes have a record in the NFL that they both rushed for 4 touchdowns in the same game. Yeah. While with the Chiefs, he played 7 years in the NFL. He's actually doing a lot of he's training athletes down in Houston where they live. He's got another son that's getting ready. Well, he's a 2027 defensive back. He's already 6'1" guy, but playing cornerback. So he's one of them rangy speed guys as well. Definitely on OU's radar. He's budding and looking like he's better. But I would just tell you that these guys, when you start looking at Torrey Blaylock, I mean, he comes from a pedigree of unbelievable running back. He's got lots of speed. They've been talking lots of good things about him. There wasn't any room for Caden Jones, and especially not at the price that they were wanting, that they were getting at Oklahoma State or at Kansas even. Kansas, I thought, was going to come in a little higher even than OSU, and whatever reason they ended up getting, I mean, it may not just have been about money. But then you turn around, and the last week is the one that, they're making the big thing about. But this is kind of along the same lines, Coach. Taj Overton, the number 1 defensive lineman in the state of Oklahoma. He's not the number 1 recruit in Oklahoma for everybody that's saying that. But here's the thing. He didn't even have Okie Lite in his top 6 coming down the stretch of his recruitment. Didn't even have him in there. He had Oklahoma, of course. There was Ole Miss, I think, was in there. Arkansas, some of these other guys. But Mizzou was big on him. He ends up choosing Oklahoma State out of nowhere. And why? Because they coughed up a shit ton of cash. Why? Because they're desperate to keep the damn job for Mike Gundy. Although I would tell you that for all this chest pounding that he's doing right now, it's weird because you should have spent that fucking money in the portal, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've got 2 brand new quarterbacks that apparently are going to split time this year. And he tried to tell me last week whenever he was on with Fitz and Bomber that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you hear what I told him? I said, hey, man, when you got 2, you don't have 1. And he was like, that's not true. Yes, it is true. When does it ever work when you play 2 quarterbacks? Never. It's the stupidest shit I've ever. But no, that just goes to show you. I mean, Oklahoma goes out in the portal, gets John Mateer, the best quarterback in the portal.
Yeah.
They go out and get arguably the best running back in the portal too, just to shore up that running back room. They're out there spending all their money on guys that won't help them this year. But he's sitting there talking about the Oklahoma State takeover of high school recruiting in OU against OU and all kinds of shit. Well, guess what? If you look at the rankings, Oklahoma again is at, I believe it's 19 or 18. Yeah, 19. Okie Lite, 47th.
You know, and I tell you what, you gotta love the guy because he loves he loves him some OSU, and I get it. And you know, but at some point you gotta
Come on, bro.
you gotta own it.
Come on,
You
bro.
gotta own it, and you
Here,
know
I got
what?
I got a little clip to play real quick. Let's play this clip. You're gonna love this.
Go ahead.
Taj Overton is one of those individuals that is typically always designated for OU, or at least the equivalency of that in the SEC. Taj Overton, coming in at 6'3", 275 pounds, is a dominant force that Oklahoma State fans, traditionally speaking, felt like we were going to overlook it or get overlooked somewhere along the process, but not today. Today is the day where Taj Overton, the number one in-state recruit, decided to become a Cowboy to go alongside the number one running back and Katie Batman Jones and the number one linebacker in Trey McLaughlin. This is a monumental get for Oklahoma State. And, of course, OU fans are already going around saying, much like with the Katie Batman Jones commitment, well, you know, didn't really necessarily need him. It would have just been cool because his dad was an All-American level dude at OU. So, yeah, I mean, if we don't get him, great. If we do get him, well, that's essentially how their recruiting process went, so they didn't get him. And then they looked at Taj Overton whenever he puts out his top six, right? Your top six is the heavy hitters, the Ole Misses, the LSUs of the world, the Miamis, the Florida States. Whenever you put out that level of top six, even though you fans still felt very confidently that there's no way the number one recruit in the state of Oklahoma is going to go anywhere but OU. It felt like a foregone conclusion. Yet here we are. Not being listed in his top six doesn't matter. He's an Oklahoma State Cowboy.
All right. So here's where I'm going to go with that.
Glad you have him, brother.
Yeah. Well, here's where I'm going to go with this.
I hope Gundy can coach him up because he's had great running backs and done shit with him.
He's a 26 recruit, man. How's he helping you right now? And here's the deal: if all you did was go and put out a bunch of money, now here's the thing I'll tell you about Oklahoma: they weren't going to pay that much for him either. You know why? Because they've got a bunch of dudes that are underclassmen, pretty much, that are already loaded up on that defensive line. It's the number one defensive line in the SEC coming into this season. By a lot, I mean, David Pollock is both. I mean, guys like Pollock and Cole Kublik, who are big SEC guys, they cover it every damn week. Both of them played in the SEC, have said it's not even kind of close. It's not even kind of close. So you start looking at it and look, Oklahoma is they were not going to pay him like he was David Stone, and OSU would. Because he's not David Stone. This kid was going to come in and have to sit on the bench for 2 years and cook and get ready. So really, here's the way I'm going to look at it. I'm not just going to say it out loud. All he did was go get paid to play for the freaking farm club. He went to go play because if he's good in 2 years, when they need him, they'll go get him then.
Well,
they're not going to pay a bunch of money like that. They're not.
And Jason and all our people in here know this. You know what? It don't matter if you've got him rocking and ready to roll right now. Like you said, Jason, it comes down to signing day. It comes down to keeping him there.
Yeah.
You know, guys, we're all in that boat. And I'm not talking just about OSU. But it's hard to get super excited about any athlete because they could be gone in a flash of a blink of an eye. They could be gone. So
that's the whole thing is that you're talking about all this stuff that really doesn't make a shit whenever it all boils down to it. Because guess what? Like we just talked about with USC, which I see Riley's in there, pounding his chest as normal. But talking about USC, look, first off, he struggles to understand. I mean, look, man, it's a first for one. What I will say about poor old Cody, he's not used to them recruiting at a quote high level. This is the highest level they've been, and they're 47th on the On3 rivals list, and it's over 60 in the other one.
Well, so, you know what? I'll be excited if they can win a couple of games this
season. They got to
season.
hold on to it. That's the whole thing. How do you hold on to it? How do you end up? Because guess what? At the end of the year, if Gundy's getting shown the door because they went 5-7 again, they go 5-7 after going 3-9. Bye. Because what happened? Well, think about it. He acted after that 3-9 year. They were telling him you got to fire your staff, and he bluffed at him. Well, maybe I'll just take my buyout and get on out of here. You know, maybe I'll just do that. And he says, and so what happens? He comes back after the weekend, tail between his legs. The dude ends up looking like he's got a discount sticker attached to his fucking forehead when he leaves there, because they cut $1 million a year off of his salary, and then they've got they cut his buyout so low that they can afford to fire his ass now. So, and then he goes out and gets a bunch of misfit toy coaches, you know, that supposedly these guys are doing it all and talking about all this recruiting. Guys, again, this is their best recruiting. Oklahoma hasn't even really hit their stride in this recruiting, not according to the rankings are concerned, but they have their plan on what they're trying to do, and they're still ahead of you.
Yeah.
Right? You can go and get, and here's the other thing. They were literally targeting basically 2 guys from Oklahoma this year. They didn't get either one of them. They weren't going to pay that much for either one of them either. But next year they're going to target like 10. Let's see how well you do when Oklahoma's really going after 10 of those guys. How well you do in in-state recruiting then, big guy.
Hey, Jace.
Yeah.
Can we go talk about some maybe relevant teams?
Again, I was just talking about how irrelevant it is. That's the whole thing I'm saying. You're looking at, look, you've got people who are finally starting to realize that not only Oklahoma, but Notre Dame are literally real contenders for all of it.
Yeah.
But then you
got those guys
like Delusion he shouldn't even be thinking about Oklahoma. He shouldn't even be thinking about Oklahoma. They need to be
thinking about winning a damn football game in the Big 12.
Right.
That's what they need to be thinking about.
Oh, dude.
And you know what I think about Oklahoma State? Oklahoma State. Yeah, I don't give a shit about Oklahoma State.
That's Oklahoma State. Flush the toilet, baby. Flush the fucking toilet again. Give it a second flush. But here's Cody.
Yeah.
Oops.
He's full of shit.
Way full of shit, man. Way full of shit.
Good fella, but he's blinded. What was that song? Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche in the roner in the night.
People that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Cody's blinded by the light. But you know what?
Up like a douche.
I gotta hand it to him, Mo. He stands firm. I do have to hand it.
He is a orange sunshine pumping fool, man. No doubt about it. And what it is he's pissed off that I'm not pissed off about those guys going to Oklahoma State. That's what it is. He's been sending me text messages like wanting me to be like, okay, so like want me to throw a fit about it or say something stupid. And all I've said is y'all paid him. And he was like, oh, you're saying it's just about money. I was like, isn't it always? And I was like, and you know what? Good on them that they're finally spending some money in Stillwater. Duke says Stillwater is the Lubbock of Oklahoma.
Hey, Jason, later on when we get down to the end, we need to show Big Lubbock, my grandson, whipping their ass again.
I will. shots are fired in here from the Duke, though. That was big time.
That was good.
That was big time.
That was good. Duke.
Kobe says, "What's the backstory
cover.
on Jason and the Notre Dame guy? How do they know each other? Seems random for an OU or Notre Dame guy to do a podcast. Well, it'd be random for new guys, I guess. I've known Coach for about 25 years,
Yeah.
so it's not as random as one might think. As one of my my second job as a reporter, I was the sports editor in Hobbs. We both showed up in Hobbs at the exact same time.
And that, my friend, was a miracle.
As outsiders, completely.
Absolutely.
Complete outsiders. And yeah, it was a tough place to be. Tough place to be.
It was. For both of us.
But yeah, let's see. Kel Gundy was a sign it was over. Been downhill ever since. Yeah, Clint Moses, welcome to the show. Kobe.
Clint.
You would worry about
Shane
has SC training. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about Shane Beamer. Come on, man. He's trending so upward. He got his ass kicked by Illinois. I don't want to hear that shit.
And it'll happen.
Now, I do think Lenore Sellers is legit, but I don't know. I don't know that he's gonna win it all by himself, and he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. Yeah, well, guess what? OU. Here's the one thing about that. I think that OU owes them one anyway. They're not the team that they were last year. First off, which I don't think they should have probably beaten Oklahoma last year. But I will say this: what up, Jaron, my guy? I would tell you this: when it comes to that game in South Carolina, it's a morning game. It doesn't get quite as wily there at the Willie B. Whenever it's daytime games at the Willie B. They seem to lose those ones. Like, gagging away the LSU game the way they did. Getting beat by freaking 24 by Ole Miss in their own joint. You know what I mean?
Shane Beamer
is what it is. Shane Beamer was in the Wizard of Oz. What's up, Jaron? What are you saying, my guy? He said, I had to come tap in with my boys. Coach Joey O'Brien, he's a real deal. Hit that like button. Hey, man.
I'm with you, buddy.
So excited for you, my man. It's been a good week for Jaden O'Neal has I was watching the Garnet and Old show the other day, and I'm gonna be on their show on Thursday night, as a matter of fact. And they were talking about how Jaden O'Neal committing and flipping over there to Florida State all of a sudden they're shooting up the recruiting rankings as well. So it's, a lot of times that's what a quarterback will do for you. They jumped up to 13th. They've added a bunch of guys just this week. So here they are. They ended up adding Devin Carter. Let's see, who was that other? They got another good wide receiver, that Jason Lopez kid coming in. Another, their top 250 guys, both of them. Looks like they're going to, or actually Devin Carter's a top 150 guy. He's number 125 according to Rivals and On 3. So it's good stuff for them, man. Good stuff for them. And all of this is since that one, the Devin Carter one was on the 23rd, which was the day after Jaden committed. So, yeah. And then Lopez, he committed on the 26th, just a few days after that. So you're looking at it's starting to jump up from. They were talking about that this is as high as they've been early in the cycle in a long time, under Norvell especially.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for them, man. It's a big deal. He is going to light it up there. There's no doubt about it, dude. He's just got too many. He's got too many really good abilities there. So,
well, the only thing I got to say about that is, though, what's going to be around him? Because he's golly, FSU is just
that's what I was just saying. They've just jumped up in the recruiting rankings, and so they're coming in with him now. What they are this year, I don't know. I know that they've been having to hit the portal, coach, and that's the one thing they had to do. But it bit them last year. It didn't work out for them as well.
Exactly.
They had to wholesale change a lot of their coaches. I mean, pretty much the entire staff, aside from Norvell, is new. But bringing in Gus, you bring in I don't know. Listen, I'm hoping for, it's not always that I'm going to root for Florida State. Let me just tell you. But I'm rooting for Jaden O'Neal for sure. Rooting for Jaden O'Neal. I'm rooting for them to bring in guys that they need for him. And he'll definitely, I think he's going to be better than the guy they got this year.
I tell you what, and this is my opinion of that, and only my opinion. And my opinion, ain't worth a shit most of the time. But I'm just here to tell you that I think that Norvell is done there, and until they make
a lot of money, man. There's a lot of money.
I'm just saying. I think his success there is done, and until he's gone, I don't see FSU being back in the hunt of anything.
We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. The thing is that if they were in the SEC, I might agree with you.
Well,
if they were in the SEC, I might agree with you.
His crybaby ass got him halfway into this deal for doing what they did. And I understand, hell, I was fighting for him. I thought
you were. Yeah.
But the way they responded to all that, it cratered FSU, in my opinion.
Hey, Riley, Floyd Buchard, are you serious? He was an Oklahoma commit for 10 minutes. And that, how that ended up. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. One was loyal to Oklahoma when Oklahoma wasn't loyal to him. One wasn't loyal to anybody but himself. No, I ain't got no love for a USC Trojan. Sorry. Not sorry. Fuck out of here.
We don't use rubbers.
And that's the format, and USC sucks.
Absolutely.
And there it is.
Sucks today, sucks tomorrow, suckle the day after. They just suck.
They just suck.
And that's the format, and USC sucks.
Yeah.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
And there it is. Yep. All right. So yeah. Done with dinner now. What's up, Moosehead? Sugoi English 1, TP, Duke, Silver Sooner, Penn State Sports Talk. Riley 2-0, Riley 2-10. Who else we got? Of course, Neilio's in here. Jimmy Satterfield, Jaron O'Neal. Thank you, man, for coming in. As always, Kobe. Mars Jams, my guy. Clint Moses.
Mars, my man.
Mars Jams, man. He's our guy. Legend. What's up, Sooner Legend? What else we got in here that I didn't already say? Corporate Duck, the old Corporate Duck. I love the Corporate Duck. Big Lubbock's in here talking that smack to Derek, my guy. Big D. What up, my man? Let's see who else. Oh, Big Lubbock talking that shit. I love him. He just, you know what? You gotta give him props. His enthusiasm is real. Scott Walker, good to see you, my guy, again.
Exactly. I love it.
Yeah, man. Stan J. Ross, my dude. Good to see all you guys in here. Make sure you have hit that damn like button. And because I can tell you right now, a lot of you have not. We have 30 likes with 60 people in the YouTube stream.
Come on, guys. What the hell? Is it that friggin' hard to hit the like button?
Who wins each conference? Let's debate, says the Duke. We can do that.
The Duke.
And then shout it.
Hey, Duke.
My damn opinion.
Duke, I know who wins my conference.
Well, we'll do okay. So who's gonna win? Listen, I think it's as much of a toss-up in the SEC as it's probably ever been. If I had to pick somebody right now, not named Oklahoma, I would probably go with.
You're gonna say Alabama.
I think it is Alabama, yeah. I could listen.
Alabama ain't getting in.
It's tough for me to not say LSU, but I'm not sure where they are on defense yet. I just don't look. I think that they have the best quarterback. I think Mateer's right there, and I do believe he's right there. But I think that, dude, Nussmeier in year 2 should be a lot better, and he was already really good. So
Can win the big game.
they're going to have to win the big game. We'll see. And I
Brian
mean, that's
Kelly.
going to be on Brian Kelly. So it's tough for me to pick LSU because of that. They haven't yet. Look, if they go and just win an opener, it'll be a step in the right direction for them because they got to go to Clemson for the opener. They haven't won one since he got there, so they're 0-3 there.
I don't think they beat Clemson at Clemson.
I think it's going to be a tough thing to do. I think this might be the hardest game they've had out of those openers. All three in the 4 years that he will have been there now. This might be the toughest one. So, look, I have a hard time, and now that doesn't affect the SEC, but it'll affect their ranking and and where they go moving forward. There's not a single Vegas doesn't have a single SEC team picked to win more than 9 games. Again, this is because of the depth of the league. I know people don't want to believe in it, but it's true. And don't come in here with that 9 fucking game bullshit with me because I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Each one of them has to also play a non-con Power 5 school. It's a rule. So on top of the 8, you can say whatever you want about the FCS cream puff or whatever. They still got more good games than freaking Big Ten teams do. Just a fact. It's just a fact. Still drinking that purple drink. I don't know, Sugoi. Oh man, that was one of my favorites there. LSU don't have nobody returning like 8 starters and all. Well, that's fair, Dwight. What's up, Dwight? Good to see you, my guy. Where you been? Yeah, listen, but the guys that they brought in, so Nick Anderson, if he's healthy, he's a baller, straight up.
Ain't no doubt about it.
And Dwight, you know damn good and well that they bring receivers out of the fucking swamp every year and they're badasses. First rounders.
Every year.
You don't know who the hell they are. And next thing you know, they're in the first round of the draft. Plus, they went out and got the guy, what's the other kid's name? The Kentucky wide receiver that he was the stud to, along with Nick Anderson. Those guys are real. Did you ask us a question there, Jaron? My bad. I got to talking shit and just didn't get back to it. Can I ask a question? Can y'all speak in the situation with the BYU quarterback? What happened? Or is the clause that you have to abstain there your entire career? Yeah, so it's their honor code, no sex outside in sex outside of wedlock. So basically you got to be married to do it. Yeah. Be nice there, coach. So, yeah, the honor code says no sexing, no drinking, no smoking, no none of that. I mean, you can't have nobody having no fun at BYU unless
I could not go to BYU. I'm just telling
listen,
you.
yeah, man.
I could never.
And the LDS churches, they're all about that. So the one thing I would say is it is what it is, but you know.
Well, that's why he's going to transfer to Notre Dame.
Is he coming to Notre Dame?
Well, let me tell you something.
So he's going to a Jewish guy that went to an LDS school and now he's going to go Catholic? Oh,
well,
man.
hell, you can
Trouble.
Hell, it's okay. We can go drink a little bit, and but anyway, honestly, Jason, because I was going to bring this up tonight.
Yeah.
But now that it's out there are rumors.
I've heard it. I've heard it too. It's kind of wild to me. But he is not better than the guys you got. I don't know why you get him. I don't know. I don't even get it.
Well, I don't get that either because and they may just be that rumors.
Right.
Because if we went after him, we're going to lose. We might lose both of those quarterbacks if we went after him. For sure, we'd lose one of them. So I don't know. I would rather not be interested in that deal. Although
I don't think they should be. I would stay the hell out of it. So I heard the case by the female was dropped. I think it may have been, but here's the thing. He's admitted to having sex. He's not married to the chick. And just the fact that was a 7-game suspension. You know, he broke the honor code.
Yeah.
So it happens. It's not the first time you've even heard of that happening at BYU. It happens.
You know,
And the last time it was a major deal was one of their top running backs. Remember and he ended up marrying the girl down the line, but they still kicked him out of there.
And now this kind of makes me feel bad personally that I broke the honor code at 11.
You're an early bloomer, huh? Sniffing that butt early, huh? You was sniffing butts early, guys. Dog got that dog in him. Got that dog in him.
Woof, woof.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase a cat? Oh man, that's too good. Could he transfer within the conference? Yeah, I don't know why. The thing is, I don't know that he can go anywhere and play this year though, because it's not a portal move, is it? It's not a portal move. The portal's closed, so that can't be.
Portal's closed. Yeah, portal's closed.
I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to work out. And look, what are the freaking deal? I mean, what exactly is Coach was laying pipe in the 6th grade, sniffing booties, dog, sniffing them booties. Oh man, that's too funny. That's too funny. Too funny. Y'all are gonna have to excuse us, but we're not table trained.
No, we are not.
We are not. We are not who you should bring home to mom and dad.
And there's part 2 to that. Yeah. There's part 2 to that. We don't give a shit.
Fair. If he's a grad transfer, he can transfer at any time. I didn't even think about that, Duke, but you're exactly right. That's correct. Is he a grad? Okay, cool. Now he was at Retzlaff. Wasn't he at Pitt before? Or maybe that was their last quarterback that had been at Pitt. I don't remember. Utah should get Retzlaff. Utah has one quarterback, and as much as he runs, he might get hurt running against some of the best defenses in the Big 12.
Who might that be?
What does that mean?
Could you list those? Could you list those?
Yes.
Big
Let us know
defenses?
Who are those guys? Who are they? Biggest flips injury. Hey man, you know what? And I meant to throw this up there because I already had this. But yeah, so for all the talk that's been going around, this is too funny though, but big love it. All the biggest flips of Coach, I can't believe you said that. Oh, that's too fucking funny. Too muchy. Wait, how do I put that?
Big Lubbock, are you originally from Lubbock? You have to be.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's got love for. I mean, just come on.
You got a deep love.
He believes. He's just believing, bro. It's just that undying trust.
Well, he's starting to remind me of Cody a little bit.
Yeah, delusional.
Yeah.
Bit. Listen, you know what? I know that I'm going to give Texas Tech some love here. At least they were willing to put the damn money up. You know what I mean? They did. Look, good for Cody going out, Cody, what's his name? The billionaire guy, going out there and they're putting their best foot forward for players. The thing is, look, man, it's what I say about Texas A&M. It's what I say about Okie Lite. That mediocrity is strung within your DNA as a program, brother. It doesn't even matter who the fucking coach is. They just underachieve. And I mean, as close as they got with the Pirate, it wasn't good enough.
No.
It just wasn't good enough. So,
by the way, football school.
But we were just talking about Florida State and Jaden O'Neal. But see, this is, hey, look, they're finally giving some love here. Biggest flip in June. So it is a big deal for Florida State to get him. Listen, you might, if without Jaden O'Neal, you could be right. about what you're saying with Florida State. You know what I mean? You could be right. With Jaden O'Neal, it might actually save him. It might actually save him. Because you never know. You're going to get me in trouble for even go on that fucking show, man. You're going to get me in trouble for it. Even go on that show.
So Big Lubbock's from San Antonio.
San Antonio. So did
and
you
lives
go
in LaGrange.
Okay, so did you go?
What's your love with Lubbock, with Texas Tech?
You must have went to school there.
You had to have.
Were your parents just out of money or something? They couldn't send you to Texas? Just kidding, bro.
Oh man, that's harsh, Jason.
That is kind of
harsh.
I'm a dick. I know I got cousins and shit that went to Texas Tech. I get it. I'm just
Oh.
fucking around. I'm just fucking around. I ain't even coach here. I do talk shit about Tech though quite a bit.
Oh, that is
Did I go
hilarious.
too far there? Did I go too far?
No, you didn't go too far. There's nothing you can go too far on with this show.
Here's the thing. Well, yes, they do. I'm telling you, man, it lingers in the building and all through AT&T Stadium. I'm telling you, man. You can feel it when you step on campus.
Big Lubbock. I just took my grandson
every
there
time they have
for
a
football
huge
camp.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, just the culture of it all. And I'll tell you something interesting, Jason. And I hadn't even talked to you about this, but you know, it's really interesting that oh God, I can't believe I forgot the head coach.
Joey.
Yeah, Joey McGuire. So at the past camps that we've taken him there, Joey's always involved in the camp and running around and doing lots of stuff. This time he came out, talked to the kids at the start of the camp. You didn't see Joey again.
Really?
That was it.
He's in there working on his craft, is he?
Exactly.
Looking at film and shit. Game planning.
I think he knows. I ain't got time for that bullshit. I got to win. I got to win or my ass is gone.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Even my grandson picked up on it. He said, he asked me, he said, "Hey, Papa, how come Coach McGuire wasn't out here?"
Check it out. Look at him knocking that kid back.
Big Lubbock, check it out.
Yeah, that's one of your starting freaking big dudes. Look at this.
The guy in the white hat over
and
there.
And a 10-year-old beating his ass. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign.
You know what my grandson told me? He said, "You know, Papa," he said, "the first time I was driving him, he wasn't ready. And so he said the second time he had to get ready because he knew I was coming."
He knew I was coming. Hell, that safety from last year should have told his ass. Look at him scratching his head. He's like, what the fuck just happened? It's fucking hilarious. I love it. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. Knock the shit out of him.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know,
that's
I've
a
already
big
got
boy,
it.
though.
I've
That's a
already
big boy
got
you
him
got
working
there.
out,
That's a
man.
big one that you got there, man.
Yeah.
He's got some size to him.
I've already got him working out.
You're not a liberal. That's why you would not go to TU. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Graduated from Tech. I figured that.
That's fair.
Fair enough. I'll just fuck it with you anyways, dude. I don't care. And I like Tech a hell of a lot more than I like Texas. So you already know.
Amen to that, brother.
Wait. If Oklahoma State could beat their losing ways with Jimmy Johnson, who says they did? What the hell did they do with either of those guys there? They still haven't won shit. Their lone national championship was back in World War II when the men were off fighting overseas.
Jason, I got to go give me some more water.
All right. The men were off fighting a war the last time they won a national championship. Fucking clowns. He could make us winners. Coach would never let it happen, bro. Just letting you know, never let it happen. Oh, damn. That's too much funny, though. Fall practice is only 4 weeks away. Ooh, I'm excited. I am so excited, man. I just cannot wait. It's getting closer and closer and closer. He's a big boy, though. Oh, Michael, he's a big kid. He's got that papo attitude also. He's scared of shit. Grandson's probably over smoozing with, hey, man, he chip off the old block, got his nose up an ass. Yeah, no doubt. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase a cat? I need to get that on there. I need to get that on the machine here. Yeah, hey, listen, you just said Gundy. Look, they've won one conference championship. One in his 21 years. And I promise you this, had there been an actual conference championship game that year, they'd have fucked it off. As good as they were, and they were loaded, they'd have fucked it off. I bet your ass. Anybody would have, it don't matter who they'd have played, they got their ass kicked. Just because they do the when they get in those situations. Similar to Texas.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
Tech went 8-5 and 24, didn't they? I believe you're right. Yes. Yeah. I think they were 2 games out of the conference championship race. Yeah, well, Oklahoma doesn't claim all those undeclared national championships. And by the way, that national championship, up until they claimed it, it was only claimed, it was an Army national championship. Okie Lite trying to take it away from the Army when they're over there fighting the wars. You got to be shitting me. Big Lubbock. Oh, are you going to make me do this? Are you really going to make me do this? All right, let me tell you something. Don't be a freaking casual when you come in here, because you know damn well that here's the deal. Mike Gundy, outside of conference play, you know what his best wins are? Outside of conference play. He's got 3 wins against Power 5 teams outside of conference play. 3. Nope, 4, because he beat Arkansas this past year. 4 now. In 21 years. What was Arkansas? Arkansas was 6-6, 5-7. Okay. His best wins have been over 7-5 teams outside of that. That's just a fact. You can go look it up all you want to. That is a flat out fact. In fact, I have more of these. Let me go back to my little list here, because I always like bringing this shit out. Somebody says something stupid like, he's got a bunch of 10-win seasons. This is a fuck. When you don't play nobody, they go and play. I mean, come on, man. They lost. You realize they've lost games to like Central Michigan and shit in the early seasons? Hey, vey. Let me see. Let's see. All right, here we go. They were 3-6. Now, look, he's managed 4 victories at home against Power 5 opponents with winning records. That's the stat. So it's still just 3. It's just 3 because I don't even think, where did Arkansas finish? Let me go look. Just so I can make sure that I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm pretty sure they didn't have a winning record. Standings. 11th in the SEC, so I don't think so. Yeah, they did have a winning record at the end of it. 7-6. So that was the 4th because they beat Texas Tech. And you want me to believe that Texas Tech's about to, come on, bro. Hey, you know what else could happen there, Riley? You could grow wings and fly away. Like, you know, pigs could do it too. Go grow wings and fly away. Listen, again, That's 4 wins against Power 5 opponents outside of the conference with a winning record. 7-6 has been mostly what they were, and 8-5 was their best team. And it was Georgia back in the Mark Richt days. Silly shit. Their lack of competitiveness in high stakes games is a glaring hole in his legacy. You guys can say all you want to about he's done it with smoke and mirrors. Every year he's done it with smoke and mirrors. What you do inside the conference, and just because he won a fucking bunch of games when the Big 12 got trash doesn't mean shit, because he never won the games against OU when he needed to. Look, when OU threw him a bone in 2021 and tossed the fucking Bedlam game to him because Lincoln was on his way out and knew he didn't want to go back to the playoff or to the conference championship game so he didn't fuck up his recruiting at SC, he still blew it. They had beaten the shit out of Baylor earlier in the year. And what happened? 6 turnovers. Lost by 6 inches and 6 turnovers. This is what they do. I'm telling you, man.
I've never lost by 6 inches.
He was the coach that did more with less. And you know why he does more with less? Because the fucker don't like to recruit. If he was recruiting good, if he was actually recruiting good, then they'd start questioning why the fuck ain't you winning all these games? But because he's doing it with all these 3 stars, then it don't matter. I'm telling you guys, it's all smoke and mirrors. Do not be an Okie Lite person and believe in that horse shit. If you're not an Okie Lite fan, you have no reason to freaking believe in his bullshit. Go back and look at it. I'm telling you.
The facts are the facts are the facts.
Just look at he had 20 of 22 starters returning to his program. A team that went to the conference title when they fucked Oklahoma in the Bedlam game out of that call. So think about this. And then they turn around and they go get beat by 60 at freaking UCF the next week, but still found a way to beat BYU. Almost had them too, damn it. But had it not been for them winning that game against BYU, which wasn't very good that year, and they still almost got them, I'm just letting you know. Did they hire Brett McMurphy today at On 3? I didn't even see that, man.
Oh, wow.
I just got in right before and wasn't paying that much attention. I like Brett. I think he's okay. I like Brett McMurphy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good writer. I got love for those dudes that can write. And Brett can write. He's a good reporter, and he gets a lot of it. You know, hey, man, all these guys are, well, and I think a lot of them are, and you kind of have to. You have to mine for clicks, man. You really do. That's the name of the game in the internet business. You got to mine for clicks, bro. You just
click. Speaking of clicks, where are we on likes?
Let's see. No, just 39. There's still 60 people in here.
Come on, guys.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break because I got to go.
Okay. So my challenge is you're going to take a quick break. How many likes can we get by the time you come back out of break?
Okay, cool.
That's my challenge.
All right. Hey, appreciate it, Kobe. I'll be right back.
Hey, guys, you got to love Jason, man. Good guy. One of the things we talked about, we've known each other over 20 plus years. And and somebody mentioned it earlier, quite interesting that you got a Notre Dame guy and a OU guy doing a podcast together. But you know what? I respect the OU Sooners. Don't necessarily like the OU Sooners, but do respect them. Their programs in the past have been tremendous. I've had some of my players go to OU, and so lots of respect for the Sooners. but anyway, I can't tell you how much we appreciate having each and every one of you in here, and I know we say some crazy shit on here, but again, I hope nobody takes it personally as to the things we say about maybe your team or even when you talk about our teams. It's all good. This is what it's all about in podcasting. Is number one, the great people that come in here. So many of you guys are so knowledgeable about the game of football, and I really love that. So thank you all for that. And football's just around the corner, guys. We're what, within a month away from hitting practice time. It's here. I know the teams that are going to head to Ireland. I know that's a big time, fun time. So good stuff. Good stuff. But anyway, again, if you hadn't hit the like button, guys, hit the like button, please. That helps us. And if you got friends out there that love to talk college football, reach out to them and have them subscribe. I think that's that helps us, and it helps our viewership from the perspective of we get to have more people out here that we can engage with in about the game of football, which is, to me, college football is the greatest sport around. So let's see what we can do to try to increase that.
I'm back.
You know what? Oh, there he is. And Neely, I was just going to say, I'm not sure what the exact date is on that, Neelio, but it's not far away. It's I want to say, I think it's 5 weeks. So we're right around the corner.
Yeah, so Oklahoma's in 4 weeks for sure. It should be around the same time because they play the same week.
Yeah.
You got week 1 on the road in Miami. Down in Miami. Hard Rock Stadium. Will it be full of canes? Probably not. But it should be a game.
They'll have more people in the stadium with Notre Dame there than most teams that come in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sooner, just let me know. Give me a shout out, and I don't mind coming on.
They got USC, Spangler. You already know this. Here we go with that stuff. Don't even start with him, getting him all wound up and shit. The orange powder they stole from Raider Power. Pistols of firing came from Guns Up. Pistol Pete came from Raider Red. The Cowboy and Horse came from the Masked Rider and the Black Horse. Hey, listen, I don't necessarily discount that. I don't know who came first. Where did the tortillas came from? It's a tortilla loving place. You know what I'm saying?
I think it came from all the pink tacos.
I like it.
Are you not entertained?
I like it too.
Are you not entertained?
I know you do.
The pink taco be very, very good to me.
What did you say?
I say it. The pink taco being very, very, very good to me.
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth. That's what you have.
Dirty, whorish mouth. Rat bastards.
Hey, I need to wash it out. Here, let me wash it out real quick.
Bet the mortgage on K-State. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what?
I like K-State. I think K-State's the best team. I don't like that. I don't like the trip. I think the team that loses is for sure going to have a fucking all year hangover.
Well, I can tell you, I went 2 years ago, and I still have a fucking hangover.
telling you.
I'm telling you, that was
You have-
tougher.
Neither one of them have a fucking bye week when they get back.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
telling you,
K-State's
you're
got
going
one
to
for
see it.
fucking 3 weeks after they get back.
And guys, I'm going to tell you, you can say, "Oh, it's no big deal. You just sitting your ass on a plane." Hey,
No. Unless
until-
you've been over there, you know.
unless you've done it and lived it, you don't know. I'm telling you,
I don't give a shit if you sleep all the way there and all the way back. It fucks you up.
it does.
It fucks you up.
Yeah,
Jet lag is real. Jet lag is all the way real.
I'm telling you. Yeah, and I'm telling
And
you, I had that shit for weeks.
And it's
I'm
just
telling you,
it's a
and I
different
don't
place,
play.
man. It's wet over there. It was wet the whole time y'all were there too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Raining like shit.
Raining. Yeah.
Wet. I mean, that's England and that's Great Britain for you. It's a raining son of a bitch, especially this time of year. All the fucking time.
You know,
it's just
and
a
I
different.
You know what a great trip. I mean,
Cool trip, yeah.
It's awesome.
You didn't have to come right back.
To go play a football game and turn around and play the next week. Oh, Jesus.
Like I said,
Christ.
KSU's got to play the next 3 weeks before they get a fucking bye.
And that bye ain't going to help much either. I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, it's tough, man.
It wears your ass out.
But at least when y'all got back, y'all didn't play the next week. Y'all had the or no, maybe you played the next week, but then you had a week off after that.
We had a week off. Yeah.
Right. I think it's tough. Look, I think they got the best team in the Big 12. I do. I think K-State has the best team. I think Iowa State's probably right there too. Because I think that they've done a really good job. I think that they have done a really good job at Iowa State. I mean, they used to suck so bad. But I'm telling you, it concerns me for our boy Neilio. I'm pulling for him, but I am worried. Yeah, you have zero interest in going back for a fucking football game. And I don't understand what the point is in doing these games over there anyway. They don't give a fuck about it. They don't.
You're right.
They don't give a shit. Everybody that was there watching Notre Dame and Navy were Notre Dame and Navy fans from America. Come on.
Exactly. They're into rugby and soccer.
Oh yeah, okay. I get what you're saying, Spengler. I got you. I was fixing to say, I know you didn't just pick them to win the fucking conference. So let me ask you this. I'm one of the few people that have said this too. I think KU could win the conference as well. They have a quarterback everybody's sleeping on.
I think if they weren't going to Ireland, they'd be a shoo-in.
I'm talking about KU.
Oh, I'm with you.
Jalen Daniels. Yeah. The dude's a bad dude, man. When they started off awful because of the whole the coordinator situation, when Kotelnicki left, it hurt them. At the end of the year, they were the best team in the league. They won like their last 4 or 5 games.
I'm still sleeping on them though.
Is that all you got? Okay, well, I don't know, man. He went in the portal and got some dudes, did he not? I don't know, man. I maybe I'm thinking too much of Lance Leipold. Maybe so. Yeah, I think ASU is also going to be right there. Again, though, here's the one thing I'm gonna caution everybody in the Big 12, because think about this. The last 2 years, these bottom rung teams have been right at the top. The ones that get picked, Arizona State was picked to finish last and won the fucking conference. Yeah. The year before that, BYU was better than ever. I mean, they were supposed to be bottom 2, bottom 3, and they finished in the top 5. Same with West Virginia. That's fair. Well, that's fair, TP. No, I mean,
yeah absolutely.
Thanks, TP. Captain Obvious. My man, I appreciate it. No, you're right. You're right. Look, I'm just saying he is a stud, though. Jalen Daniels is a stud. I'm surprised they still got him. God damn, he's got to be 30, doesn't he?
Yeah, I
not
think
quite as old as Cam Rising was, but
I think he's a couple of years younger than I am.
A little bit, yeah. No Colorado. Huh? don't sleep on Houston. And I think they're going to take a step forward this year because Willie Fritz is a damn good coach. I don't know how far forward is though. They had some good performances at the end of the year last year. They did beat Okie Lite along with everybody else. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
I agree, Neelio. I agree 100%.
So see, this is a problem though. If you're a fan of the Big 12, and I got to tell you, I still think that this is it's a terrible, terrible decision to do the 5-11. To be on board with that is it's just not smart. But I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not going to stay on that. But here's the deal. Because you're not, you better hope to hell that somebody steps forward and becomes dominant. BYU. You better, because they can spend the money to do it. Look what they just did in both basketball and football recruiting. They're going after all of it. To be able to pull that 5-star quarterback, and he is a stud, by the way. I'm telling you, man, it's tough. You need to have somebody that 3 out of 5 years they're making the playoff, winning games when they get there, and they got to have a year where they semifinals and maybe even a finals appearance, or it's gonna hurt. It's just I don't know why the ACC and the Big 12 haven't just gone ahead and fucking merged at this point, because it's almost like they're playing chicken on it. They could regionalize it a little better, kill some of the travel for some of their teams, which would help them tremendously. There's a lot of things that merging would do. Why they're not doing it, I have no idea. But I think it was a terrible move on the part of there's been a couple of them, and they actually the Big 12 guys that were in on my morning show last week were talking about this. Yormark's done some good things to keep him alive. Now he was, I mean, I don't know that it's almost like beating up a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, right? To do that with Kliavkoff in the Pac-12. But he did do that. He's done some smart things. What the fuck are they doing with all these rivalry games, though? He's killing off all the rivalry games aside from the Holy War. He's not even having them play them sometimes. I don't care what you do. The one thing that you have in that conference is the bunch of teams that hated each other for a long time. You've got to make sure those games continue to happen every year. Best of the rest is a scenario many of us want. You're not on board with 5-11. See, you're a smart man. You're a smart man, Spangler.
I don't give a shit what they go to.
All I'm saying is if I'm the Big 12, I don't give a flying fuck what it signifies or whatever that they're saying, because I don't buy into it, number one. I just don't. Yeah, he's putting off Farmageddon in 27. Stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Easily a top 3 rivalry in that conference. It makes no sense.
Well, rivalries are going down the fucking drain.
What are you going to do next? Not have Arizona and Arizona State play? The fuck? No TCU Baylor? I don't know, man. They were talking about that a lot, that a lot of those rivalries are going to miss years because of and it was wonky from day one. KU, KSU ain't going anywhere. Okay, cool. Yeah. But Farmageddon shouldn't either. It's unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me.
Neither should USC Notre Dame, but here we are.
Well, but see, though, what are we talking about? That's the one. These are the things that can actually hurt the sport. These are the things that can actually hurt the sport. Is killing off these rivalries. Because you know what? Fans lose, and particularly when we're talking about a conference like the Big 12 that doesn't have as big a following as the Big 10 and even the SEC, or certainly, some of now They love their fucking programs that they have in the conference. I'm not even dissing the Big 12. I'm saying they're not naturally loved or nationally loved like some of these other programs or followed the same way. And if you don't give them a reason to fucking watch, it's easy
not gonna
not
watch.
to. It's just easy not to. Who gives a shit about Okie Lite playing fucking Houston? Nobody.
Nobody.
Or UCF? Nobody.
Buddy.
Cincinnati? Nobody. Now, Cincinnati should be playing West Virginia all the time. Cincinnati should be playing UCF all the time. They played together in the league before. That rivalry shouldn't go anywhere. Now, if you add in the ACC schools from that area, they get all of their guys back. Now you got West Virginia playing Pitt in the fucking conference. It regionalizes itself. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, getting rid of rivalry games it's ridiculous.
This is exactly right, Corporate Duck. It's part of why I'd be pissed at OSU refusing to play Oklahoma if I was a Big 12 fan. It would absolutely be big for the Big 12. It wouldn't be at home every year, but you can damn sure bet that everybody in the league would be looking at Oklahoma State saying, get their ass.
Yep.
The one time that Oklahoma State could be rooted on by the rest of the fucking league, and they don't want to play it. Pussies.
We had that conversation at the Big 12.
Weak sauce. K-State would rather play Oklahoma than Iowa State. Hey, listen.
Gundy pushed out.
I don't miss them bastards. I promise you that. K-State always found a way to fucking bite Oklahoma in the ass. And you couldn't just say they were overlooking them. If you were overlooking them, you're a dumb shit. There's no way, because they just found a way, man. They just fucking found a way.
How many likes do we got, Jason?
I don't know, but we got like 80-something people in here right now, too. We got 54 in here.
Did we pick up
we're
any?
only 5 short. We're only 5 short of how many people are in here.
Oh, hell. Good job, guys.
54, and we got 49 likes.
Nice job.
49 likes. It's good stuff. Not bad. Not bad. Could be better. Could be all of them.
Could
and
be
all you folks that are watching us on Twitter, come over here and listen.
Don't be a bunch of twits.
We need more subscribers, man. We are trying. Look, we're 4 weeks away from the start of fall camps. Another 4 weeks after that, ball games are on. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. As of right now, we are at, I believe, hold on, let me just make sure. I don't want to get out of the live stream part, but we're at 4,479. So we are 21 short of 4,500. So we need 521 subs.
Come on,
in the next 8 weeks.
And I
should be
I
the
talked
easiest.
about that.
We should be able to do it, but we're not moving fast on that shit at all. If you really want to help this program, if you really want to help us out, it's better than super chats. It's better than any of that shit. I mean, money's always good, but if you really want to help us, that's what you do. Share the stream with anybody you know that likes the shit. Anybody you know that likes college football. Because you know what? People that come in from other fan bases always stick around. I was watching Really Flawed last night, and Jen J that comes in here a lot. I didn't realize that she was, I didn't know she was a Michigan fan because she always says go blue when she comes in here. She watches our show a lot. I haven't seen her tonight, but like, I mean, literally, I know you guys are watching other shows. Drop a line, man. Just say something about it.
Yeah.
Do the K-State thing, you know, like old Pate did. Or like the Pate thing. The Pate State thing is what I meant to say.
Pate State. Yeah.
You can give someone, hey, listen, if you can show us proof of you doing that in a way that people will see you, we'll come up with something to give you back for it. Yeah, well, that's exactly why it is. But listen, that'd be the one. Look, And why? Because they got that last one, and Gundy does not want to fuck up his record's bad enough. He's 4-15 all time. 4-15. Now tell me, for you Gundy freaking apologists, tell me another coach anywhere that would get away with anything close to that record against their biggest rival.
Ain't happening.
I mean, look, I'm still going to tell you that if Ohio State hadn't have fucking won the Natty last year, they might have fired Ryan Day's ass. 4 in a row? Shit. Would it?
Oh, I agree with you.
They're in the big house again this year. What if they lose again and they don't win the Natty? I mean, how safe does the national championship make you? For how long? If you're Coach O, it wasn't very long. Coach O was out of there 3 years later.
Yeah, and then we live in a, what have you done lately?
We do like Coach McGuire. I like Joey. I like Coach Joey. I like Coach McGuire. He's cool. He's a good dude. He's full of shit, kind of, but they all are. He's not as bad as Gundy. I like Coach McGuire. He's all right.
Yeah, Coach McGuire's a good guy.
But here's the thing: I don't want to hear him start doing Matt Rule shit. And I know he's a Matt Rule guy. If I start hearing Matt Rule coming out of his mouth, I'm gonna say fuck that guy. Yeah, it's
Jason,
not even that. It's not the PR related is bad enough. It's I've never understood it. I've asked Cody Lite. I'm always like, why is it that you guys believe you can't do better than this fucking clown? Because again, it's all smoke and mirrors. He plays a bunch of cream puffs in the non-con every year. He'll play a Power 5 school or whatever, but it'll be a shitty one. Now this year they get Oregon. They're going to get fucking boat raced.
You know what though? I do have to say this about Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State. They just hired a new coach, the Chinese
people that are
guy.
negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
He just hired a Chinese coach over there that I think it's really going to make a difference in their program.
Why?
His name is Win One Soon.
All right. Coach. Trying to get us fucking canceled and shit. Yeah, you're killing me, man.
Oh
Lord.
Sorry, dude.
One natty in Columbus for Coach Day won't do it. He's got to get them back to the win. Listen, here's the one thing. He's lost 12 games in his career. He's like 78-12, some shit like that. Yeah, we're gonna act like that
sounds Korean.
Sounds Korean. Guys, do not get me fucking canceled. I knew I should have muted you right then.
I knew I shouldn't have gone
I should have fucking muted you right then. Just to fuck.
Sorry.
It's all right. We'll do a 6-second delay from now on.
Yeah. Probably need to.
Probably do. Kind of like what happens. Coach Gundy walks into a brick wall with an erection. Listen, you're not that far off there, Neilio. You're not that far off.
I love.
You remember when old Bessie headbutted him? It was his story for why he wasn't at practice or at his media availability. He had to do it by Zoom or by a phone.
He was milking Bessie.
She fucked his ass up apparently. I wonder what he was doing. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say what I think it might have been, but I'm just wondering. I just wonder. I don't know, Coach. Coach. You fucking killing me.
Oh.
Breaks his nose. He walks into a brick wall with erection and breaks his nose. There you go. Not a boy. Awesome. Oh man. Tech and Xerox Shoe would be rivals. Should be rivals, so Tech will have another win every year. I'm just telling you, man, if you believe in Mike Gundy, then you've been bamboozled. It's just a fact.
If y'all believe in Mike,
you know
Gundy,
what, Spangler, you would think that they would. I would tell you that you would think that they would. I don't know that they would, though. I don't know that they would. Hell, I would have hired fucking G.J. Kinney 2 years ago if I was them, or Will Stein. I mean, hell, you've got John Summerall at fucking Tulane. You gonna tell me he wouldn't go coach at Oklahoma State? Maybe not for long, but he'd be there. And everybody thinks that, look, Gundy wasn't actually being loyal to Oklahoma State when the Tennessee job popped open. He just didn't get the fucking job. Yeah, well, he's going to be retired whenever they fire his ass, I promise. Because shit's going to come out, and wait till it does.
Wait
till it does.
As soon as they fire Gundy, he's going straight to Bessie.
Fair enough. It's a rhetorical question. It's wild to me, though. I would just tell you, you would think he would, though. You would think they would, but they really believe that that's the best they can do. They really do. They probably hire Seth Luttrell next. Well, that'd be a big-ass mistake, too. But it just, Okie Lite will Okie Lite.
That's good, Jimmy. That's good.
They will Okie Lite, you know. Yeah, I bet you don't. I bet you don't, Neil. The guy can fucking coach. He's getting ready to get the Kentucky job. I wouldn't take it if I was him, but he's been there before. They love him, and he apparently likes it there. Why, I have no idea. He's a good coach, though. He's a good coach. I mean, there's guys out there. G.J. Kinney again. Hell, Robert Traylor. Fuck, he's doing so well at UTSA. It's a commuter school at best. Yeah. It wasn't even an NCAA school until 15 years ago.
Exactly.
Traylor's a bad dude. Another really good coach. I mean, we could do this all fucking day. Any one of them would come in there with real ability to recruit and care. Mr. Binky, my guy, appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Derek A. Cox said, finally made a live stream. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you for the sub.
Where's Derek? Where's Derek?
They'd rehire less before they'd hire Lit. Oof. Yeah, well, that was as close as they were to being good. But they didn't beat Oklahoma either. They always talk shit like they were going to. Go ahead.
Where's Derek from?
Derek, I haven't seen Derek Acox in a while, so I think he mostly sees it now. He's an Oklahoma guy, though. I'm pretty sure. If I could be wrong. Remind me, Mr. Binky. Where are you from, my guy? Who are you a fan of? Appreciate the subscription. Share it with your friends if you like it. Lemon. Lemon.
Ryman Lemon. I like Ryman Lemon.
What is Oklahoma's record against OU? 20, 91, and 7. 20, 91, and 7. It's good. Ardmore, Oklahoma. I told you he was an Okie. He's an Okie. Ardmore, Oklahoma.
There you go, Ardmore, man.
Some time in You know what? There's it wasn't in Ardmore, but it was outside between Ardmore and I want to say it's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere though. Anyway, but I helped a friend of mine who was it was a a Marriott hotel, I believe, out there. She was doing some remodeling and stuff in there, and I went in and helped with that for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Like the rolling hills out in that area. I was glad it wasn't fucking tornado season.
Oh, no shit.
It was cool out there though. 1912 OU. No, it's not. It's not. I didn't say it was a rivalry. It's a rivalry for them. It's just it's an ass whipping for us. So we just, But the thing is there's real hatred there. So there is some level of it. It's similar to like what Texas and A&M are. A&M never beats them either. Almost never. Because they're perpetually 8-4. And I don't know that they're going to change that. Now, we talked about this before. I think they have a hell of a coach there. And I actually like Colin Klein with Marcel Reed. I think that that's a good mix. But Marcel's going to have to take a step forward, and he's going to have to beat you with his legs. But if that's all he can do, you're in trouble. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I think of them. They've got a great running back room though. They're really good there. They've got talent. We know that. But they always do, guys. They always do. They still gag it up. It may not have been a Marriott. It may have been no, it seems like it was. They've got the big chains. It was connected to Marriott for sure. But I want to say it was one of their spin-off hotels, though. You know what I'm saying? It's been like 6 years ago that this happened. So
Now Ardmore, remind me, it's south of Oklahoma City, correct?
yes,
Okay.
sis.
Because I remember my dad.
Was it Marietta, Oklahoma? Sooner Legend asks. Okay, now you're gonna make me look. Hold on a second. Shit, man. It was 6 years ago, and my life that I spent up there was either in Muskogee or Oklahoma City.
Muskogee.
No, that's where I was born at. I was born in Muskogee.
Were you really? Mm-hmm. Damn, I knew something was wrong with you.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, that's too funny.
Well,
that's where Seth Luttrell was born too. Actually, Seth Luttrell's a Muskogee guy. So,
oh Jesus! See, great correlation.
Yeah, I was talking to my uncle about that, and he was like, "That fucking Muskogee asshole." He was mad at him, but there's a lot of people that love him still around the state, man. I'll give him that. And his dad was a national champion. He was a national champion. That's why I don't want to. Somebody said something last year about if DeMarco took the job at Dallas or whatever to be the running backs coach, that AD should come be the running backs coach. I was like, fuck you. I was like, the way y'all talk about DeMarco and no. I don't want to see that at all. Ardmore. Okay.
Well, the reason I remember Ardmore is I remember my dad having to take some stuff into Ardmore from Perryton.
Yeah. Okay.
Working with some of the oil field stuff. Yeah, they do smoke marijuana in Muskogee. The song says they don't, but
so it was right there on. It was just off of 35 for sure. So it was Ardmore. It was Ardmore area. So I think it was, and then we were at. Let me see, because they kept talking about the radio station we were listening to all the time was Ardmore, and
it wasn't the Big 1520.
Yeah, it was. It might have been the Big 1520. Chickasha. No, Durant. Durant is what I was thinking. Durant. Yeah, because I've got a friend that lived out there for a long time too. Yep, Durant is right there. It's actually right up the road. And that's where we would go to over in that area to because there was nothing around that fucking hotel, but it was right off the interstate. So it's just south of Norman. Just south of Norman, about 60, 80 miles, isn't it? 60 miles or something. we don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. Jimmy Satterfield, you're from Muskogee? What? I've had to relocate to Norman now because they're shutting down the Michelin factory where I worked. Okay. I do remember that being out there. Oh, no, they won't. Oh, no, they won't. Buddy boy. They're reloading in Norman. You had your shot there, Big Lubbock. You had your shot and you fucking blew it to Texas. Ugh. Ugh. I knew you were.
Neilio.
I knew he was.
Are you
serious? His folks both graduated from there. He's got family that I think you've got another sibling that went to Oklahoma as well, but I know your dad went there and your mom, right? That's why he likes Oklahoma still. He doesn't admit it all the time, but he does. Just singing that song.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah, I don't remember a ton of. We spent some time there at my early years of life, but we spent more time around Norman, Oklahoma City area. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. It's more like let's see, I was looking. Moore. That's where most of the family was from. Moore. Shawnee, Moore area, Edmond.
Yeah. I got family in Shawnee.
Shawnee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And those are the Okie Lighties, huh?
Ugh. Yeah, they're my Okie Lite fans. Have a damn van all.
I know. That's that it tells you a lot about something. It's one thing to put a license plate or a sticker. It's another thing to do your whole fucking vehicle like that. It's so weird, bro.
Oh, tell me. And I love them so much, but I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah, parents' older brother and my sister. Bro played baseball for the Jayhawks. Nice.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Legend.
They don't smoke marijuana. Legend, that's hilarious, dude.
You're trying to fucking get me canceled too, motherfucker.
That is friggin' hilarious.
Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. And I know I've seen you in there a bunch of times, but you don't usually come on the live, so I don't always get into there. Lately, the comments after lives have been a bunch of shots being fired, so I hadn't been in as many of them. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
So remind me, what was that
Derek's
radio?
love me, man.
What was that radio station? And I can't believe I can't think of it, but hell, when you're almost 65, you forget a lot of shit. But what was the radio station in Oklahoma City where they'd always say, Wolfman Jack?
Dude, I remember that. Oh,
what radio station?
There though too. Speak up, boys. Speak up. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you, man.
You guys on here help me. What radio station was that?
Where was Wolfman Jack? What station was he on?
Oh, on the big 1520 KOMA. Is that it?
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Big 15.
Chime in, Okie. So you see, that tells you how close you were to fucking Oklahoma, but you know all this shit.
On the big 1520 KOMA with Wolfman Jack.
Yeah. You would have been an Oklahoma fan, not a Texas fan for fucking sure if you weren't a Notre Dame fan. I believe it.
I'd be closer that way when
Yep, I know it. See, Perryton ain't that far. You were talking about playing Tucumcari and shit in high school. That's wild to me because we used to play them whenever I was in high school too. We beat the shit out of them.
Oh, we did too.
Like they were terrible, but they're up there they're past I-40 or just off of I-40. So
off of I-40. Well, I tell you who else we played. We played Ponca City, Oklahoma.
Gary Busey was a late night radio DJ in Tulsa as well. Holy shit. That tells you a lot. A lot of drugs were done at that radio station, weren't they? Damn.
So, Jason, we played Ponca City, Oklahoma. When I
It's
was
all good though.
when,
It's legend. I'm just fucking with you, dude.
when I was playing for the Perryton Rangers, and by the way, we were pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. Y'all
But,
lost 3 games in 4 years, didn't you? Or
yeah,
3 and 3,
yeah,
something like that.
all in the playoffs. But I will tell you this, that they came to Perryton first, and they put up, the big breakthroughs that the cheerleaders make, and they run through. This one was huge,
Yeah.
and the sign said, "Where the hell is Perryton, Texas?" And
It ain't far from Oklahoma.
and that's their run through, okay?
Yeah.
So we commenced to beating their ass. Well, the next year we go to Ponca City to play. And guess what our sign said? This is where the hell Perryton, Texas is at. And we ran through that sign and commenced to whipping their ass again.
Oh Lordy. They didn't never play y'all again, huh?
Oh, no. That was it. It was a home and home, and it was over.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Neelio,
Jack. But he was definitely all over, but I think he was on KOMA. I'm pretty sure that's
he
where
was.
I heard him.
He was. He was on several different
He was out there in
radio stations.
99 to like 01. End of 01.
Oh, man,
When I
Jack.
lived out there. But, and I mean, we were always there in the summer, a lot of Christmases, shit like that. I mean, we spent time up there. I loved it in the summer though, man. The fishing was always good.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, man.
A lot of good stuff, yeah. So Neelio, when was what year was PJ Mills? Well,
PJ Mills, home of former Sooner. Ponca City. Oh yeah. Isn't that where it no, that's not where Sam's from, is it? Sam's from damn it, I always forget, but they were trash. Nobody thought anything of Sam Bradford when he was just an afterthought, 3-star guy.
Yeah.
Won the Heisman and went number 1. Bad dude. If there's anybody that might have been, to me, more of a gamer than Baker, I don't know if he was more of a gamer, but he was, talent-wise, he was probably a little better. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Wait, PJ was from Enid. I remember Enid.
Oklahoma.
I remember Enid too. Yep. The Midnight Special, Wolf Man Jack.
Yeah, the Midnight Special. That was it. Yeah. On the Big 1520. Tell me.
PJ's fellow wide receiver was a Ponca guy. They were so bad back then, though, in 95. They were fucking terrible. Casey Kasem on Sunday nights when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I still remember. Yeah. I remember hearing a bunch of oh, shit. He's always telling the stories. Come on now.
I tell you another guy that played there at Ponca City that I think went to OU was it Key?
What did you just say, Krusty? You fucking
Don Key? Oh.
Somebody better do something about that shit. At least for a minute. Fuck. The fuck you came in here saying that shit? It's been a while since I booted you out.
Do it again?
Yeah, it's his ass. He's going out.
Who was it?
Oh, fucking Krusty. JW Crunch. He's going to timeout for 5 minutes.
What's up?
Horns down, motherfucker. Horns down.
Better yet, horns up like this. So Crunchy.
Juwan Penny was the wide receiver from Ponca. Okay.
And then there was Don Key from Ponca City, I think, that played at OU that was on the offensive. He was an offensive lineman. And that was back in the 70s, too.
Doesn't know you have an award given to a player called the Don Key Award?
I think there is a Don Key Award.
There is a Don Key Award. A Donkey Award.
A donkey.
A donkey. I love
What
it.
an ass.
That's some good shit.
What an
That's
ass.
some funny shit. Well. Coach, anything else? Let's see. I was trying to make sure that we didn't miss anything that we were talking about that I was going to talk about on the show. Let me check something real quick. So Mel Kiper, let's talk about that though. Dari Nowkhah and shout out to the Dari Nowkhah Show. He's got his first show, and I mean, this is probably one of the better predictions or one of the better statements made by Mel Kiper in a while. But he said that Jim Nagy, one of the best evaluators of talent in football, college or pro. He thinks there's nobody going to be better than what he's going to do at OU. Tend to agree. Jake Crain, I'm going to tell you what Jake said before we get out of here. And I'm going to try to get him on here in the next couple of days. He says, I believe. And I said, oh, do you now? And he said, yep. I told him, well, the defense is legit, but I'd rather you kept sleeping on them. And he was talking about Nagy inviting him out. He said, that's my guy. Everybody's loving on Jim Nagy right now. Everybody's loving on Jim Nagy. We will see. Has Mel calmed down yet? I don't know. Obama's mother was from Ponca City. Okay, we're done. We're out. That's it. All right, listen. Guys, make sure that you are sharing it. Please. That's the main goal. We didn't hit our goal last year and get to the 4,000. And it shouldn't take us a year to get 1,000 anyways. But we didn't hit our goal last year like we wanted to heading into the season. We'd really love to. We were literally 500 and now 20 short of that goal. So hop in there, hit that subscriber button. We would so appreciate it. If you're new to the show, man, pass it along. We'd appreciate it a lot. Really.
So how many were you off of 5,000 days?
We're at 4,480. We're 520 away. 520 away, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
We've had over 500 people in here. And I can tell you by the numbers, it's less than half that are subscribers that watch us all the time. Less than half.
Damn.
So
come on, guys.
And I mean, listen, I don't think that makes it doesn't mean we're special by any means. That's pretty normal on most of these channels. But help us out, man. Become a subscriber. I know people are watching. I know people are out there watching. That's the way you help us more than anything else. It really does. It helps the algorithm. It pushes people towards our way. And listen, Boganowski keeps saying that we're still getting shadow banned. So it would damn sure help if we had more people that were watching the show. They'd have to stop doing that. I don't know why they would shadow ban us. It's probably something to do with that fucking...
Because we some bad motherfuckers.
True enough. It's probably something to do with that half-assed OCF.
It's all good.
Big old pussy. Sorry, I didn't say that out loud.
We all good. We all good, brother.
All right. Coach, love you, man. Anything else you want to add?
You know what? Go Irish. Go Irish. Fuck Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
People that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
Pay your bills, sunshine. Pay your bills.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
See you guys on the next one. Oh. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it, MyBookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame college football.